Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my top 10 best niche fragrances for Valentine's Day. They're all very celebratory, very romantic, and perfect for a special date night. It's a really good list, and you can find all of these fragrances that I mentioned over on So Avant-Garde. But let's go ahead and start off with a bang with Ardent from Bodicea the Victorious. Truly the most perfect rose fragrance from Bodicea. This is kind of a semi-metallic rose oud scent, but way more emphasis on rose than necessarily oud. The oud is pretty minimal in this scent, mixed with vanilla, patchouli, and saffron. And something kind of honey sweet about it as well. It smells like beautiful fresh roses, very silky and velvety like rose petals. Very luxurious and not overly feminine. Definitely a unisex rose for everyone. It is just so rich feeling, and you should definitely get Ardent instead of an actual bouquet of roses. It lasts way longer and more memorable, and it's one of the most affordable fragrances from Bodicea, one of the best to get into the house. Ardent from Bodicea the Victorious. Next up, we have Jump Up and Kiss Me Hedonistic from Clive Christian. This is a recent discovery and a bit of an obsession for me. It's a very peculiar combination. It's black cherry with violet leaf, with mate, orris, tobacco, something kind of tea-like. It's floral and leathery and dosed with a lot of cashmere. Almost gives it this kind of like clean sheet, like fresh luxury hotel sheets vibe. Like you're cozy in bed with your lover, mixed with this kind of fruity electric cherry. It's very sensual. It definitely gets you in the mood. It's kind of ambery, a bit dark with earthiness, incredibly provocative, and will make your date want to jump up and kiss you. So good. Definitely one to try if you have deep pockets. Jump Up and Kiss Me Hedonistic from Clive Christian. Next up is one of the newest releases from BDK, Rouge Smoking Extrait. And this makes a really nice twist on their iconic eau de parfum. You get less of that cherry cola vibe, and it becomes a bit more gourmand in the Extrait. Kind of like a pastry cherry vibe. It adds a lot of almond with rum, with Peru balsam, and a lot of milkiness. It's more milky and creamy than spicy, but there is a bit of this kind of like sweet, spicy pepper. It's boozy, vanillic, fruity in the top, kind of sticky, very yummy. Really a beautiful release and not redundant to have this and the eau de parfum. Rouge Smoking Extrait. Next up, we have Moon Glory from The Harmonist, and don't let the name Moon Glory fool you. This is a very tropical sweet scent. It's very playful. It has lychee and ylang ylang with jasmine, honey, and a quote-unquote lady of the night flower, Peru balsam, musk, and hinoki wood. It's aromatic, kind of aldehydic, and also has this kind of like fresh linen quality mixed with morning air. Very ethereal. It really enriches the senses. Kind of meditative and outdoorsy, like a mix of beautiful tropical florals. Very enveloping. It lifts you up, and immense quality from The Harmonist. It is not your typical lychee scent at all, and as it dries, interestingly enough, the fruitier that it gets. Fruity but mixed with fresh air, if that makes sense. Kind of hard to explain, but overall, it's a very sweet and very unique fragrance, and a beautiful tropical leaning scent that could be worn year-round, even in the winter. Moon Glory from The Harmonist. Next up, we have Credre Figalia. This is a very green fig fragrance. It's very spiced and citric, and it has this very green mate and basil combination, mixed with this kind of slightly unripe fig, and also has fig leaf in it as well. A lot of very natural green elements. Overall, it is a true fig fragrance. It just expresses the image of a special moment. It's not going to be for everyone, but if you do like fig, like you really appreciate fig fragrances, this should be at the top of your list of things to try. It's kind of a dedication to an earthy, natural, leafy fig. Super, super photorealistic. Very strong, like sensory experience. It smells like a summer day, or even better, a luxury hotel. Cedric Credre Figalia. Next up is a fragrance that literally smells like wealth, Vixere from Electimus. This is grapefruit with a giant mix of florals like iris, violet, gardenia, heliotrope, jasmine, orange blossom, ylang ylang, with a fruity citrus on top, very zesty citrus. And this is kind of in the realm of something like Valiant from Bodicea the Victorious, but that is a $1,300 fragrance. And this is actually better in my opinion because it doesn't go quite as challenging and soapy as Valiant. And Electimus has really great quality scents too. Very well done. Vixere is kind of creamy in the base. It's not as powdery. It's a very understated luxury scent. It smells like money. Really good if you want something very elevated and rich smelling. Vixere from Electimus. For the coffee lovers out there, we have Kawa Karda from Atelier des Ors, with the Arabic translation being coffee and cardamom. And that is pretty much it in this fragrance. A very simple, true gourmand coffee scent. I do pick up on something kind of maybe a little bit citrusy in the top and maybe a hint of vanilla, but so minimal. It's really just this kind of perfect 50-50 mix between coffee and cardamom, like aromatic roasted coffee beans with greenness. And like I said, maybe a little bit of citrus, but not too much. It feels creamy and smooth and not a very like bitter coffee. It's not a milky lactonic coffee, but it's also not too bitter. Kind of nutty, not really too smoky, but definitely a dark, very mysterious coffee scent. Next up is Onda D'Oro from Plume Impressions. And this is also a new addition to my collection. I'm telling you guys, every fragrance that I have smelled from Plume Impressions has really surprised me in a good way. It is a crazy underrated house. This is a labdanum leather scent that is very sophisticated with iris and vanilla. It just oozes elegance. Kind of a slightly lipsticky iris in the background, but the iris in here doesn't really go too lipsticky, but it does go in that direction, just a hint. But it's more toned down too. It doesn't really overpower this scent. It's not too powdery, it's very balanced. Not too lipsticky, not too leathery. So well done, mixed with a little hint of sweetness. It's a very wearable unisex leather fragrance that feels kind of elevated though. So definitely for just like when you're dressed up, it feels very stylish and very classy too. Just makes me want to discover the rest of the house. Really, it's incredible. Onda D'Oro from Plume Impressions. Next up is an absolute stunner from Fragrance Du Bois lovers. Probably my all-time favorite fragrance from Fragrance Du Bois. This is a lot of rose and saffron with plum, with passion fruit, ginger, patchouli, and cashmere, and this is done by one of my all-time favorite perfumers, Shadi Samra. There's vetiver and sandalwood is just so tropical and flirty and fun. It's one of those fragrances that when you smell it, it just lifts your mood up. Very zesty, there's a lot of saffron. That saffron and ginger combination really just invigorates you. And the plum is gorgeous, all mixed with this very luxe cashmere. It is undeniable. It has that very strong like it factor to it. You smell it and you just think, oh my God, what is that? One of my favorites, very celebratory, very happy, and captivating. Truly, it is perfect. Lovers from Fragrance Du Bois. And to wrap up the list, we have Mentor from Mind Games. This is a gorgeous fragrance. Another plum scent, but darker, and also more plum dominant, kind of mysterious, enigmatic, but very attractive. Perfect for a romantic dinner at night. You get roasted coffee with resins and sweet addictive caramel. There's just so many facets to Mentor. You get a clean woodiness in the base, but the plum is the key element to this scent with some coffee. A very powerful head-turning nighttime fragrance. Just fantastic. Mentor from Mind Games. But yeah, guys, that was just my top 10 best niche fragrances for Valentine's Day. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you can find all of these fragrances over on So Avant-Garde and you can save 10% with the code OdaErica10. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below if you're interested in trying any of these fragrances. I would love to know what you think. I hope you all have a very fun, romantic Valentine's Day. I appreciate you all so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.